Today we're working on a couple things on this Cherokee. First up, we got an issue with the headlights. What's going on there basically is they work in high beam, but the headlights do not come on with the switch. So if you're to just pull the switch, we don't get any actual headlights. All we get are these running lights. However, the high beams do work, so we know the bulbs are okay here. But the high beam switch, it won't stay by just, you have to hold it the whole time you're driving at night. So it's kind of an issue. We're gonna fix that now. We're gonna get into troubleshooting that, and we'll figure out whatever's wrong with that and we'll go from there. Okay, we're doing the headlight switch. This is what a headlight switch looks like on one of these Jeep Cherokees. Now I've got a spare one that I've just had here for a while from a different Jeep, and that's fine. So we're just gonna plug this in and see if that remedies the issue. Typically I don't advise just throwing parts at things, but I've got this lying around, so I'm not gonna bother pulling out the multimeter to test anything. But basically it goes like this. It sits right up in here on the inside of this, and then the electrical plugs right into these pins down here, and then that's how you engage it. So first step is gonna be to get in here. And these are kind of a pain in the butt to get to be perfectly honest. We're not gonna uninstall this one yet. We're just gonna hook the electrical up to the new one to see if that fixes the issue. First step is to get some room, because you can get back here, but not a ton of room. So the first thing we're gonna do is remove this entire trim panel here. And it's just a bunch of Phillips head bolts. If they're still hanging out in there, we can see we're missing some of these. But we'll just take all these out, and then this will kind of just slide out of the way and give us more room. So that's step one. All right, so we got this pulled down enough that we can get in there. And I've got this untwisted and we're about to pull the switch out. So the idea here with these switches, it's sitting in there like this. Like that. To get it off, you need to pull out this handle. But in order to do that, there's a button on the back. It's this guy right here. You push it up and down. If you push this down while you pull out the handle, it'll just keep coming out and it comes free. Once you have that off, all right, here we took this straight out. Then I just use a flathead screwdriver, and then we're doing this lefty-loosey till it comes out, and then the switch will pop out the backside, and we have better access to the electrical so we can unplug it, because there's a ton of pins in there that go into the backside of this, and they're kind of a pain. So you got to pull that out, and there's a ground switch that hooks right into this. Then we'll plug in the new switch, we'll hook up the battery, and we'll give it a go, see if that works. All right, so we got the headlight switch, and in typical fashion, I forgot to record as we got into it, but what ended up happening, it was not the headlight switch, but this is the headlight switch, so this is how I'm gonna show you. It had to do with the wiring harness, the part that clips into this. There was something going on in there because the wiring harness part, the female spade connectors, the plastic had melted a little bit in certain areas, and I've seen it before. I don't know what causes it. It could be a short somewhere, could be a burned out fuse. I didn't find any burned fuses anywhere, but with that plastic part that clips into this being melted, one of the terminals, I think it was this one, the female spade connector for this one, I'm pretty sure, was melted, and it just was bent away. So it was not making contact at all with this switch. It was basically sitting somewhere up in this area. And whenever the previous owner had smushed this back in, he just didn't connect these two together. So all I did was take a screwdriver and bend it back down, and then I shoved this back up in there, the switch, and got it to make contact. And with that, now we have pretty much all functionality working again. And I'll show you right now. So if we come over to the car side of things, you can jump behind me. Basically, we still have to put the trim piece back on, but it'll still work without key in. We can see if we pull it out, we get headlights going on here. And then we have all of our interior lights if we twist it, so that's all working. But now you have the headlights going, they're off, these are the low beams. The high beam works now too. If you see that up there, you don't have to hold the high beams on anymore. This is how it should function. So it was basically just the spade terminal not connecting because of a melted wiring harness. That was the issue with the headlights. So those are all sorted out.